Hey, what's up, YouTube? So I was watching this video earlier, and this guy was talking about sharing your testimony about, Jesus and how he's come into your life. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I upload a video about my testimony with Jesus and what he's done in my life? So I figured I would just share one of my favorite stories of him saving my life when I was younger. Me and my cousin, my grandparents all went to the beach. I'd never been to the beach before. That was at Jekyll Island, and we had been there for like 3 days or so, and there was like no waves at all. And we've been riding waves like the whole time that we were there. And then like on this day, like I don't know, I guess the moon just decided it didn't want to be there anymore. And so me and my cousin decided that we were gonna go out further than what we were supposed to, because dumb kids. And when I don't know if you've ever been to the beach, but when you're looking out, when you're looking out at when you're swimming out and you're looking at shore, it doesn't look like it's that far away because the ocean is just so fast. So we just kept inching out, swimming, inching out, and then we heard my grandmother, just, "Hey, you two kids, get back here!" And me and my cousin looked at each other and we're like, "Oh my God, we are so far out." I was like 11, 12 at the time. So my cousin was a better swimmer than I am. And we had got caught in an undertow, or the tide, I don't know. Essentially, I felt like I was swimming in place. We couldn't move. We sat there and swam in place for like a good 2 minutes. And so my cousin starts to inch away from me, and I'm thinking, oh my God, she's leaving me. Like she's straight up just leaving me. So I tried grabbing her leg and I missed. And when I missed, she started to swim out, and I'm getting left behind. So I'm just sitting there swimming in place, freaking out. I'm like, so I'm like, what can I do? What can I do? And I was terrified of sharks too, by the way. So while like I'm thinking, what can I do? What can I do? I was, my grandma always took me to church, and I've always felt connected with the Lord. And I was like, okay, I'll just pray. Obviously, what else can you do in this situation? Maybe scream for help, but I don't know. I think a prayer is screaming for help. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, Lord, please. I'd been riding waves all week. So I was like, Lord, please, just give me one wave. All I need is just one wave. And like I said, there had been no waves for hours. Hours there was no waves. So I was like, Lord, please, just give me one wave. Just give me one wave. And I heard it form behind me. I heard like this whooshy sound. And I looked behind me and I watched it form. It was like a little itty bitty, it's like the Lord put his hand in a bathtub and went, And so I was like, oh my God, thank you, Lord. So I'm on top of the wave. Like, it was really small. I got on top of the wave, and it was like this little itty bitty tiny wave. I'm on top of it. And then it got humongous. It was a humongous wave. I mean, it was like gigantic. And I just remember being on top of it. And, I obviously didn't know the word surreal, but like, I was like on top of it, like thinking like, wow, this is crazy. This is like, and I remember as it's carrying me to shore, my cousin, I looked down, it had picked her up in the middle of it. And when it picked her up in the middle of it, I could tell she was exhausted. She was like, So it picks her up, and I just remember looking at her thinking like, I can't believe you left me. How dare you just leave me out there, ride my wave back. But then it came, as waves do, it crashed down, and my head never once went underwater. It just carried me all the way to shore. I just remember sliding up on shore, and there wasn't another wave for the rest of the day. The whole day. That was the only wave that I had seen the entire time that I was there. And we were there till like evening or so. So anytime anybody asks me how I believe in God, or they tell me that they're an atheist, and they're giving me all this like proof of like how God doesn't exist, I always tell them that I believe because I've prayed so many times that my prayers have always been answered. And even when they aren't, there's meaning behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes the answer is going to be no, and there's meaning behind that. So anytime you're going through a rough patch, even if you don't believe in God, even if there's just something that you just can't, you know what I'm saying? Just pray. That's what I always tell people. just pray. I have a whole bunch of stories of how my prayers have been answered and God has saved my life, or saved my life from myself, that it's too much for it to be mere coincidence. So if you're just feeling down, if there's anything going on, and even if you don't believe in God, just pray. Just pray. That's all I can say, is to just pray. So anyways, I just wanted to give my testimony. I'll probably put the link in the description below of Homeboy's video of the girl giving her testimony. I don't know, it just made me think, why haven't I? Because I love God. God's awesome. So yeah, have a blessed day, y'all. Just pray. That's all I can say. And if you want to hear any more of my stories, I know this video is getting kind of long, but if you want to hear any more of my stories, then by all means, just this video gets 10 likes, I'll tell another story. All right, have a blessed day, y'all. Peace.